Welcome, my friends, to episode number 87 of the One Girl Travel Podcast. We are in December. It's December, the first week, and that means a new edition of the One Girl Travel Manifesto has hit your inbox. So if you did not receive that, make sure that you do. Go to onegirltravel.com/freebie or just click the link in show notes, much easier, and get on the mailing list because you're going to receive the December edition of the monthly manifesto, along with my 10 tips on how to begin solo traveling guide, plus a lot more fun stuff. I try not to bombard you with too many emails and make sure that what you receive is fun. And I love putting it together for you. So go get your copy. But how are we doing? It is the last month of the year. How did that happen? I don't understand. This year went so fast, and I feel like everybody's saying that. I can't be the only one that feels like this year went at warp speed, but it was a good year. It was a really good year. It was, it had its ups and downs and every other direction. A lot of unknowns, a lot of new things happening, and it's all good. I mean, we're here. We made it. And there's still time left. Like, don't forget the fact that the year's not over. You still have time to do things that you want to do. If there was something on your list of to-dos or goals or whatever, like, start now. You don't have to wait until the next year. You can start now. And having that little head start is such an advantage because you're already going to have that clarity going into the new year of what you want to do. And maybe you already started doing it. For me, I want to focus on my health next year. That's one of the things, but that's a big thing because as my mentor, Tanya Lee says, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And it's completely true. Like, you need to focus on your health, and health can easily go by the wayside when you're busy with other things, especially business. And I want to focus on it. So I decided to join a new gym and get a personal trainer, took advantage of those Black Friday deals. Um, there might be some deals still. So if you're listening to this around, you know, Thanksgiving to Christmas, then definitely take advantage of those deals. But I went for my first personal training session, and it's been a long time since I've gone to the gym with my intention of strength training and building muscle and, toning, tightening, all the things along the way. But I do want to focus on building back up my muscle. So I'm sore. I'm so sore. But it feels good. It feels good to get started now before the new year because you know what happens in the new year. Everybody is starting something and everything is crowded and people are just running around with chickens without heads. That's right phrase, right? Yeah. Uh, so it's nice to have that advantage. And I really want to suggest to you, if you're not clear on what you want to focus on for 2025, is to do it now. Like, take some time for yourself and journal and think about what is important to you, what is going to get you to your goals, what is going to get you closer to your future self, and start taking action. And it doesn't have to be this big grand action. It could be small steps just to ease you into the process. So when 2025 happens, you're good. You know what you're doing. You already are on track to start whatever it is you're doing. So I'm pretty excited about that. I love this time of year. Uh, I love the holidays, right? The holidays are very fun. Celebrate Christmas, very festive. I have four nieces under the age of 8, and I have a brand new nephew. Well, he's like 6 months now, but it's so much fun with them. And even with my siblings, like, we're all big kids, so we enjoy the holidays fully. But I love the idea of a new year and a fresh start and that anticipation of, like, what's going to happen in the new year. What am I going to create in the new year? And with that being said, like, remember, like, it's up to you what happens next year. Of course, there's things that are outside of our control, but ultimately we get to decide what's going to happen and how we are going to handle any challenges that come our way. I think that taking time to think about what challenges might pop up is a great way to navigate on your journey to your goals. So think about that, get clear on what it is you want to achieve. And then think about, okay, what challenges can arise when I'm on my path to those goals? What can happen? So for me with my health, I can tell you right now, time management, that could deter me from getting to the gym. So what do I have to do about that? I need to schedule the time in my calendar that says you are going to the gym at this time at this day. Because if I don't put it in my calendar, it's not going to happen. I am that type of person where I need everything not only in my calendar, I need it color coded. I need it to be very descriptive of what I'm doing on that day. I'm a list maker. I don't know if it's a Libra thing. I don't know what it is, an ADD thing, whatever. But that's my thing. I need to have it listed. I need to have it color coded. I write it in my journal every day. I have it on my computer. That's how I am, and know how you are. Like, be familiar with how you're learning, how you're scheduling, like what works for you, and do that. There's no right way to do anything in life. Like, you have to do what works for you. And that just works for me. But navigating those obstacles and planning for them. So that way, if something comes up, you can continue on. You're not just going to be like, oh, no, that didn't work out. I'm not going to do it. And then you just give up, because then, like, what's the point? It's not, if you're giving up that easily, then your goal is not really that important to you. I hate to say it. Like, if something is important to you, you're going to figure out a way to do it. And I know sometimes things can get hard, and there's going to be, big issues that might come up, and you just have to learn to navigate it and continue forward, or pivot, because maybe that's not the right goal for you. Maybe there's something else that you should be doing, and you really need to be in tune with yourself when you are thinking about your goals and when you're in the process of navigating your goals. I also want to talk about another goal of mine, I don't know how to phrase it, just another change in my life, I guess, that will affect all of us, actually, because it has to do with the brand and the business, One Girl Travel. I want to talk to you about the brand and the business. So I identify very much with One Girl Travel. That has been my identity for quite some time, because solo travel is what got me here. Solo travel was the vehicle that got me from being a broken version of myself, one that I didn't know who I was, and I basically lost my identity, to somebody who knows exactly who she is and lives life unapologetically and shows up and stands out and loves life. Like, I am unrecognizable from when I began this journey. And I attribute it very much to solo travel and, of course, life coaching. Those were the two things that really just changed my life. And the solo travel part has played such a large role in my life for over 11 years now. And I'm so grateful to it. And sometimes when people hear the name One Girl Travel, they think I'm a travel agent or that I'm only talking about travel. When in reality, solo travel is just an exercise on how to get to know yourself, how to develop self-love and confidence, and live a life that makes you happy, and that you have the freedom to do whatever you want whenever you want without waiting on anybody else. And solo travel is the thing that got me from point A to point Z, it feels like. And there's so much more now. I am not my trauma. One of my mentors likes to call my name, One Girl Travel, my trauma baby, because I'm attached to it. And the attachment is because it is something that helped me release myself from that trauma and conquer it. And I'm very attached to it. And now that trauma's gone. Maybe it'll pop up here and there, but it's gone. I am not that person. And the life that I have created because of that journey, that life I've created because I put myself out there and stepped outside my comfort zone and explored new paths. That's what I want to share now because there is a big life on the other end of discomfort. And it is so exciting. And I'm going to share more of that life with you. I feel like in the past, when I create content, it's very niche down to travel and solo travel. And that's 2% of my life. My life is filled with people. I love people. I love spending time with people. My life is filled with family and events and socializing and hobbies and fun. Fun is everywhere. And I want to share that with all of you because I want you to see what happens when you put the time and effort into yourself to step outside your comfort zone and just explore what's beyond it and push through your own limitations and boundaries that you put on yourself and see what you're capable of and see what that can bring into your life. And I'm so excited to share more of this with you. If you aren't following me on TikTok, I'm already doing that on TikTok. I love TikTok because it's the unhinged version of social media. It's where you show up barely dressed and made up, and it doesn't matter. You're just the raw version of you. So I'm having a lot of fun over on TikTok. So if you have it, go follow me on there. One Girl Travel is the name on there, but I want to share more of that with all of you, where it's the unedited, the uncurated, the fun, the life that you create for yourself when you put in the effort and you challenge yourself. So there's going to be changes coming in 2025, which I'm very excited about. So the last thing I want to talk about today is just being yourself. So I know we talked about goals for the new year and also the journey of stepping outside your comfort zone and learning who you are. But when you learn who you are, then it's up to you. Like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to embrace it? Are you going to change it? Or are you going to hide? And I really hope you decide to either embrace or make changes if necessary. If you feel like you need to make changes in your life, like, that's great. That's how we evolve. We're constantly going to change things in our life. But the thing that you can't change is, your soul, like who you are, what you love. I mean, you can change, obviously, but like, let's talk about in general, like who you are, right? Your quirks, all the things, and embracing that and just showing up as who you are with whatever weird things you do or how you dress or, you know, just showing up. And again, this kind of goes back to the TikTok thing I was talking about. I get so inspired when I see people on TikTok who just don't give any F's. Like they just are so unapologetically them. And it's one thing like to be unapologetically yourself in your everyday life, like in person, but to put yourself on the internet and be unapologetically yourself, where you do not give a crap what anybody thinks of you or if the trolls come after you or whatever. Like, that's a whole other level that I aspire to get to. And I'm working on it. And I've been doing that lately where I've just been like, I'm just going to post whatever I feel like posting, whatever I think is going to be valuable or entertaining or helpful to the community. I'm just going to post it and I'm going to just be raw and figure it out if it's not the right thing or whatever, learn as I go. And there's so much freedom involved in that because once you decide to just let it go, to let go that curated life that you feel like you need to show up as, or the version of yourself that you feel like you need to show up as, and just let it just release. And you show up as yourself, and you just, you're so sure of who you are and the person that you are that it doesn't matter what anybody else's opinion of you is, even on the internet, even when there's, millions of people possibly watching you. And it takes courage, it takes mental strength, it takes confidence, and it's all something that you can develop. And it's something that is very powerful to have in your, you know, in your back pocket, to pull that out and be like, I just don't give a crap. And I'm just going to show up and I'm going to have fun. I'm going to live my life and I'm going to do whatever it is I want to do. Because I know so many of you have aspirations to maybe go on social media, start a business, start a podcast, start a blog. And the thought of showing up and making yourself vulnerable to other people and judgments and opinions is terrifying. And I get it. It is. But if you think about it and you think about what you have to offer and you think about the person that you are and you think about how you can help other people, let that be the thing that drives you forward rather than fear. Because fear is going to hold you back. But let the reason why you want to do it just keep propelling you forward. And it will help you just become unstoppable and it will help you just take that first step to what you want to create. And there's no reason that you should be holding yourself back. There's no reason for it. You should be supporting yourself. You should be encouraging yourself. And if you need that extra encouragement, I am here to help you. I can do one-on-one coaching for you. I also do brand curation and building. I've helped people just start their businesses from the brand name to the website to the social media, all of it. And I don't talk about it that much, but it is something I'm so passionate about. I love the process of just building that brand identity and that online presence. So if that's something you're interested in, hit me up. I'll post a link to my page for that also. But I just want to see you all do the things that you want to do, whether it's solo travel, whether it's build a brand, whether it's like starting to feel confident dating or wearing that tight outfit that maybe people say you shouldn't wear, like, and just showing up as yourself and feeling good and just living your life the way that you want. And it is just so powerful. And I hope all of you experience that and that you go after it, especially with this new year. Like this new year is your opportunity to do whatever it is you want to do. And I would love to help you do whatever you want to do. So let's do it. All right. So I will talk to you next week. Thank you for joining me on this very unhinged episode of the podcast. Again, I don't think about what I want to talk about until I start talking. That is just how I operate. If I write a script, you will know I am reading from a script. So I just have to wing it and speak from the heart to all of you and get whatever message that is inside me out to the world. So I appreciate you listening and hanging in there and understanding what I'm putting down because I I know there's nuggets in there that can help you. So I hope you have a great day and I will talk to you next week. Bye.